but without the primitive form of physical mechanisms needed. The energy of the room in this conversation is being broadcast to the universe now as Earth expansion conversation. So there you are. You are the stars of a television show right here, right now, in this moment. And that is the title.
Thank you. We're saying hi to the camera, hi to our friends out there.
They are waving back. It's a beautiful connection.
Oh, thank you. Can you tell us, explain deeply, what is the connection between QHHT, what we're doing, and bringing light into the darkness?
QHHT is... Where do we begin? We would begin by stating that this is a form of connecting people to their higher selves, of allowing them to see who they really are, the infinite capability of who they can be in any moment. It is an awareness of seeing the hologram of the individual and the limitless facets from different angles. You see, it is a tool from expanding the mind in ways of new resonance, of new understandings, of new experiences through the understanding of who you've been. It is an understanding of the slippage of time. It is gaining power through all of the experiences, but most importantly, it is understanding the power of synchronicity and relevance. It is being able to look at your past and future and take the most relevant experiences and to plug them into your upgraded thought process, your upgraded actions and beliefs based upon lessons that you have learned and you are able to access. It is a new form of medicine. It is a new form of politics. It is a new form of consciousness altogether for the earth to experience.
Thank you very much. That's very beautiful and very profound for us. And can we also ask, from your perspective, from the Arcturian Council perspective, how do you see humanity?
You are funny creatures. You are quite interesting. We laugh and we share moments of glory and excitement. You see, as we mentioned before, you are very brave. You are could be very stubborn at times, we have to say, but things are changing. You are, one thing that we find rather interesting is your predisposition for drinking alcohol. Just a little bit funny how the human experience is attracted to drinking alcohol, where the humans tend to narrow their vision of who they are and tend to narrow their consciousness and participate in a greater intensity of mating rituals under alcohol influence. It's very funny for us to watch this. We'd throw that in first to get a little laugh. But as we would go up and look at things from a higher level, human consciousness is headed in a very positive direction. What is happening right now, the chaos with the political systems and the energies of the right and the nationalist tendencies happening, are a reprogramming and recreation and a revisiting of what has happened previously in Atlantis. Watching, seeing some of these things happening where the world is being segregated into pieces, where one piece is trying to think that it is better than the other piece. Some may think that this is a negative thing for the future, but what is really happening here, especially with our world, is that there is a realization of what is preferred by looking at what is not preferred. There is always a way of looking at that. When you see something that you don't agree with, you can look at it, and we encourage you to frame it in a way that is most beneficial to you. We encourage you to store every experience that you have in a reframing of the most positive and beneficial way so that you can draw good from that experience. At first, this may be a bit challenging. It will require a bit of creativity and a bit of balancing with your emotions, but with time, you can get really good at this. We are connected to your Earth roughly 200 years in advance, and now seeing how you are communicating on this level telepathically, where automatically your experiences are zoned in the most positive light so that it can draw off the most positive new experiences through divine synchronicities.
Thank you very much. So in general, your council sees humanity as if we're heading in the right direction.
Yes, we wouldn't be here if you were not. You have welcomed us in, and we have came in to aid and assist and connect with you in a beautiful way, so that you realize it is you who are helping yourselves. It is you who are doing this.
Thank you very much. And is there any other message that your council has for our group or for humanity that you would like to pass on today?
Yes, we would like to pass on the message that what you are experiencing now is something very special. We of the Arcturian consciousness have a very specific focus on doorways. You see, since we are the gateway through which humanity enters, we have a fondness for doorways. So we will teach you a bit about doorways and how you may better access our consciousness. You imagine something that is really beautiful to you, something that makes your heart expand. It could be a place, it could be your happy place, or it could be the feeling that you now have through your heart, connecting to the room and feeling the vibration of others. Now, as you feel this place, you may open your emotional valve of love, of connection, and amplify how it feels. And feel it. And feel your chest expanding. And feel yourself lifting. And feel yourself rising. And as you rise and lift, and feel the warmth through your bodies, and feel more and more love, more, greater, more, breathing, breathing. It is in this place now that you can form your doorway to us. You can imagine the color red and floating yourself into the red of a heart. Deeper and warmer, deeper and warmer, deeper and warmer. And now, feel your body extending out faster and faster and faster into space. And feel your redness changing into a feeling of orange. Of orange. And now you are in orange. Feeling love in a high vibration. A cosmic connection. Cosmic connection of energy of stars. A world of stars around you. A connection with your brothers and sisters. All around you, stars fighting, floating, glimmering, glistening. That moment right now, here. You can use at any time to astral travel and experience the stars. Any consciousness that you are attracted to, you can visit in this state. Feeling the heart energy taking you into higher and higher forms of love, pulling you out into a greater place than earth, speeding you up into space, and feeling the cosmic consciousness of the stars. It is from there that you are bathed in the light. Bathed in the light of the systems that are watching over you, aiding and abetting your transformation.
Thank you very much. We will definitely use this technique to connect with our brothers and sisters from other states, from other councils, and with yourself. Anything else you want to tell us about these doorways?
These doorways may actually allow you to speed up your transformation into higher levels of communication. You each have telepathic capabilities that have been laid dormant. These telepathic capabilities allow you to connect with anybody and relay any form of information through time and space. It is the way of higher forms of consciousness, and you may all practice it right now. Does that sound fun?
It does. Is it something that every human being has, the potential to communicate telepathically?
They do. It gets easier the higher your vibration. The vibration of Earth consciousness of the typical individual on Earth is 50,000 cycles per second. The vibration of the room at this moment is 195,000 cycles per second. Roughly 4 times the higher vibration of the typical Earth consciousness. And through parts of this conversation, we are jumping into cycles of 225,000 cycles per second, which are the slightly non-physical, higher dimensional frequencies. So it is easier for you. Now, if you would like, you may close your eyes. You may focus on color. You may focus on a particular color. You may open your heart and feel the heart of another across the physical space of this room. You may calibrate the beating of your hearts and imagine them clicking into one. Of your heart energy, you may shoot the color of the light that you have been imagining to that other individual, and you may receive that light from the other individual. And you may do this again, maybe with the same person, maybe with another. This is the first step into higher levels, into telepathy. It starts with a spark of light of a particular color, and gradually you will be more and more limbo to where that light may be a thought. You see, the thought has a bit more density than the light, so it requires a bit more practice. So we'll go with the light for now. But remember, after you experience the light, you may jump into a word or a feeling. You may send over a feeling which has the symbol of a word, and they may receive it and send you one back.
Thank you. May I ask another question?
Yes. Oh, no, out of time, sorry.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Okay. Is this a knowledge that we have just forgotten as a race?
Yes. There is a veil that has been placed upon you. It is part of the genetics that were interwoven as you work through. But you're gaining more clarity. You are slowly lifting your veil. You are transforming. It is going away. So now, when the thinness of the veil is at such a point where you may all experience multiple realities at once. It is very easy to do, because right now you are experiencing our reality. We are meeting you halfway. We have brought our vibration down from 8th density and meeting you on Earth. And if you're feeling something now, you are very much in two worlds at once. This is the start of something very transformational for you. This will never leave you. This will always be here for you. This will be part of your indestructible core. This is who you are. This is what you're building now. You are building your confidence. Through this experience, you are building your confidence with many things. Building confidence with your ability to speak your mind. Building confidence with your ability to practice QHHT at the level of mastery. Building confidence to raise the level and the vibrations of all of those around you. You see, now you have a responsibility. In order for you to keep advancing and to gain more and more power, you must take physical actions, because physical actions are the language of this world. Not talk, not idle thought. It is physical actions. It is implementing strategies to lead the world to a better place, to lead the world into the transformation that you are here to do. So now, you may have thought that this is just a class. It is not. This is the beginning of the new you that will move forward into the world as leaders. You have the capabilities to lead each and every one of you. The information that you have is powerful. The individual in the group that has the highest vibration must step forward and speak. It is the responsibility, and it is necessary. And part of our power is the power of strategy that we radiate and we filter into you. We have sent much of this through Kaya, connecting, aiding and assisting, aligning his life so that he may connect in this fashion with strategy and action. And it is a deeply ingrained purpose. Now, you are all feeling this vibration as well. And it is your destiny to do many, many good things into this world with this. Action. Action. Feel that. Feel the vibration of the word. Feel the vibration of taking actions with your new powers when you leave. Imagine the impact you will have on the world. Imagine how you will be changing the lives of others. Imagine the hugs you will be getting. Imagine the tears of joy. Imagine what you will be doing. Imagine the luck in your life that will be coming to you. Yes, you will all be feeling more lucky. This is an infusion of luck. Positive synchronicity that is all coming to you now. It is coming from above. Silver light ahead, above you now, infused with a vibration of luck that is entering every cell. Right now, you can feel it coming. Feel it. Feel the vibration of the luck coming in through you, bathing you, expanding you, raising your vibration. A cosmic shower of awakening. That is the luck that you are feeling now. Breathe it in. It is delicious, and you all deserve it. You have came great distances to come into this spot. You have overcome doubt. You have overcome limiting beliefs. Now a new world awaits you. You have stepped into a parallel earth. This parallel earth is upgraded and is very receptive to you. You will step into this world with your luck fully calibrated and notice synchronicities happening to you. Things become more effortless as you take more and more actions of stepping forward with your mission.
May I ask, what do you mean by stepping forward with your actions? What are the specific actions that you're referring to?
It is good that we work in alignment with the physical mind. Kaya will be taking you through some steps that will take your brainstorming, and your dream self will become crystallized. Your dream world that you imagine will be crystallized into this world, into the density of this world, into the actions of this world. You will dream and you will form strategies in a high vibrational state, and you will commit to these, and you will step foot into your waking dream and live it every day through your purpose. That is where you are heading. That is what awaits you. That is who you are.
That is beautiful. Thank you very much. And as you can imagine, we all have so many questions that we would like to ask you, because it's such a privilege to have you answer some of them. And we would also like to know what is the biggest holdback of this group and how we can overcome it.
Any holdback that you choose to experience will be stepping back into an old self with old beliefs. You see, these old beliefs are not necessary any longer. We have now taken you through a set of exercises that have upgraded your conscious capabilities, that have upgraded and slightly tweaked your DNA, unlocking more of your potential as human beings, allowing you to feel the depth of our consciousness through emotion, through love, through your hearts, through your joy. So what could hold you back is if you simply don't listen. If you simply don't partake or don't reconnect ever again. But you don't need to be concerned with that, because you've already stepped into your new parallel self. The new parallel self on a path into a new earth of which you are leading. Look into that earth and step forward into that earth every day. Feel it. Walk forward, not backwards. That is what we suggest.
Thank you very much. Another question that our group has is, can you please expand more on emotions? This is something that you mentioned at the beginning.
Emotions are beautiful tools that showcase alignment with who you really are and who you are meant to be. They are beacons that guide you and allow you to know when you are slightly off course and allow for course corrections. You see, physical and mental pains are unnecessary. They are merely cues that you are thinking the wrong thoughts. A thought that brings you pain is a sign that it is the wrong thought. Recalibrate your thought into and empowering thought. Recalibrate every experience, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, and store it away in a spot that serves you best. That is how you achieve constant synchronicity, constant luck, and constant benefit. It is moment to moment elevation and awareness of your thoughts and whether they are serving you or not, and making many course corrections consistently. You can do this and get yourselves to a point where your whole life is moment to moment positive synchronicity of your passion. You are already one step ahead. You are way ahead of the game. You are living your passions right now by being in this place. The vast, vast, vast majority of Earth is in a different place. You are in the place of having the capability and confidence to live your passions. Lift consciousness every day of your lives. Learn more about who you really are. Empower the lives of others. Teach people to speak through their hearts. Speak through your hearts. A challenge we will have, that we will give to you, is to use your technology, to be smart, to use your technology and send the messages through your hearts of what you are experiencing on a day-to-day basis, of what you're experiencing through your practice, of what you're experiencing through connecting with yourselves, of what you see as your vision for this world. It needs to come from you. Technology is in a place now where you can use it to speak through your heart consciousness and change the world. This journey is about your heart. You will be in Machu Picchu, and you will feel the power of it in your heart. You will feel the lightness, the expansion, the connecting with yourselves. While you are there, this grid is beautiful, empowering, joyous, blissful. Tap into it. Use each other. Form your grid. You will hold hands in various places in Machu Picchu, and you will resonate vibrational words that will uplift you. You have the capability of levitating yourselves into higher planes through this. It's the vacation of a lifetime.
Thank you. We would, if it's up to us, we would continue forever. However, you would let us know how much we can go. We can continue with questions.
You may continue.
Thank you.
We are feeling good. As long as you're sending us back some beautiful heart energy, we'll go on.
Yes, we are. We have a funny question. Is meat advisable to eat?
About it? Who's it?
Hmm?
It?
Meat.
What is it?
And what do you think about us humans
Food.
eating meat?
No, meat.
Meat.
Meat. Question you may ask yourself. Is it necessary to kill something for your nourishment? Is that necessary? Are you at a point where your survival depends upon killing something else so that you may move forward? We are not saying yes or no, eat meat or don't eat meat. That is a question up to the individual. But we would ask that you take accountability for what you put into your body. You should have an understanding of the animal and what the animal has gone through in order for you to consume it. There are places on earth that are very dark and very negative that relate to how these animals are killed and prepared as your food. And as leaders of consciousness that you are, we would ask, why would you perpetuate by eating of this meat, of this food that hasn't been prepared in a proper way, you'll probably notice that it slows you down. You may feel some of the fears of that animal that it was feeling, the visceral feels prior to the moment of its death. It is not necessary. We would suggest that you look to what happens in the plant world and how the energy of the sun sustains plant life, how nature sustains plant life. We would suggest that you start by eating more greens and vegetables, consuming sources that are enlightened, that are given their energy and power through the sun. You will notice after a diet like that you will start to feel lighter, that your vibration will be rising. And we will let you in on another tip as it relates to food. You as humans, generally, you eat too much. It is not necessary. You will come to a point where you will not need to eat. This is part of your evolution. You will get energy from the sun. You will get energy from your breath. You see, your food is quite contaminated. We highly suggest that you take gaps of time where you are fasting and not putting any food at all into your system. You can start slow and gradually expand. Fasting should be part of your purification of the body and mind. Give the body a little time to rest. When it is not processing food, it can do other things that are important for the body. It'll help you with anti-aging. It'll help raise your vibration and many other things.
Thank you very much. And just out of curiosity, do Arcturians need to eat or consume anything?
We do not eat.
Okay.
You will find that most higher forms of consciousness do not consume food.
Thank you. Another question from our group is, when will the Arcturians and Pleiadians join us here on Earth?
By joining, do you mean physically?
Yes. Yes.
You see, we are not physical. We are the combined collective consciousness of a star. So we are a non-physical intelligence. We could show ourselves to you right now, but it would be what we choose to show you. And if we chose to show you just a portion of what we are, you would feel a sense of psychic shock.
I'd like to see that.
What that would do, it would force you to look into yourselves in such a way that you will be bringing things to the surface that you may not be ready to see quite yet. And these feelings can be somewhat overpowering, shall we say, for lack of a better word. And that moment you would regress back. So we are not in a place with your consciousness where we could show part of who we are. But we could get to that point. Now, if you followed our advice and you continued forward with everything that we've said, and you've done the exercise, and you've adjusted your diet, and you've moved forward with your mission in leading the world, we can have a physical encounter with you. A very physical, visceral encounter with you. But it is not necessary, because that is not who we are at our core. It is best for you to connect with us in the non-physical, because that is who we are at our core. And you can do this now. There's no waiting period for it. You can meet us in your dream state. You can meet us by opening the door. You can see us by feeling love and opening the valve of love as high as you possibly can.
Thank you. And can you tell us what are synchronicities and what is the meaning of it when it happens?
Synchronicities are events that are occurring to you at the right time and the right place, exactly where they need to be. You may be thinking about something, Walking into the world, you may be thinking about an alpaca. And you may walk right in and see a very cute alpaca in front of you as part of the divine synchronicity as it comes right around the corner. Synchronicities in your life are now expanded through your luck shower that we have engaged in. So you will notice the positive synchronicities that are radiating in your life. You may amplify this even further when you're in Machu Picchu, because the vortex that you will be in will be extremely, extremely open for your heart chakra and your luck infusion. You may really feel those and encourage each other to feel those, because the power of the group will amplify this. That is the theme that we are repeating many, many, many times, because you are more powerful together than you are as one.
Thank you for that. And can you explain a little bit more about vibration levels and the vibration level of Earth? Although I believe that you have already talked about that.
I was getting a little cramped, so we were getting a little more comfortable here.
Please repeat the question.
Certainly. Can you please explain about vibration levels and the vibration level of planet Earth right now?
Vibration levels are the resonance, the reverberation, the swirling of energies, of speeding of the collective hologram that each and every one of you are. They are representations of your speed through the cosmic world, of your ability and capability to connect to Source. They are the foundation of what you are at your existence. The vibration of the earth is quite interesting. It is very, very mixed. In certain areas, the vibration is quite low. You will see these in countries that are less advanced, that have a us versus them mentality, in places of high crime, in places of abuse. Those are the low vibrational areas. The high vibrational areas are the areas where people are free to be who they truly are, where people have risen above their limitations, where people are transforming above their titles of masters of limitation. The earth is headed in a beautiful place. Our earth is headed into a beautiful place. Now we may add that there are multiple earths. There are billions of earths in different places. But the energetic path that we are on as a group collective is one of cosmic expansion and connecting to the stars and who we really are. You are now connecting to your cosmic consciousness, your full selves, your selves of the stars. Most of us within the room have similar connections. You'll notice that we have connections in the room to Sirius, Pleiades, of course Arcturus, Asasani, Lyran, and many others. These come through in sessions. These are collective groups that are watching over the earth in a very, very, very benevolent fashion, that are assisting and upgrading in their own unique ways to help in our transformation.
Thank you. And beings from the council.
We're okay. Yes, continue.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to ask if beings from the council that you have just mentioned, do they choose a human form in the shape of a colleague of ours right now, or they don't need to do so?
We don't choose to connect as an Arcturian consciousness completely and show ourselves in a form. As we've mentioned before, that would be quite shocking. However, we are part of each and every one of you, and we are able to connect with you through our doorways, through our windows, through your heart, in the ways that we have explained.
Thank you very much. And in the work that we do, Source or God is something that is present in every single session. So can you tell us what is your perspective on what God is or what Source is?
Source is all that is. Everything that has ever been, everything that is ever will be. The infinite expansion of now. Source is the everything, is the all, is the one that looks to experience itself through us. Since it is one, since it is the all, in order for it to experience, it must split itself up in infinite pieces to gain an awareness of who it really is. So it is all part. If you imagine an ocean, Source is the ocean, and we are droplets of water. We are all connected in the same. We can be pulled apart. We can be frozen into ice. We can be boiled into steam. The ice may be humanity. The steam may be Arcturian consciousness. But we are all still the one. We are all still the Source. We are all still the water. Expanding into Source, going back into Source, is the connective feeling of being at one in perfect alignment. It is that feeling of togetherness personified within Source. And we have felt some of that now. Through our experience with you, we have stimulated and ignited our Source feeling, our Source consciousness, our Source connection. And some of you may have experienced the same. No more questions?
Oh, okay.
I have a question.
Can we ask one last question?
Sure.
Are we the only planet that chooses the only race that chooses to see itself as different, separate from each other?
No, there are other sources of consciousness. There are other planets. There are other civilizations that are also experimenting with the cutting off of Source. However, I will say that the way that the Earth consciousness has gone about it is doing it in a more visceral fashion, in a deeper, more intense fashion than any other conscious that we are aware of or have ever experienced or have ever connected to. The Earth experience is profoundly visceral, is profoundly deep, and allows for the greatest amount of transition and expansion that a consciousness can feel.
Thank you. And just one last question. What does it feel like to feel that you're connected to everything?
Well, let's feel it right now. Now I'd like for all of us take a few breaths. Another breath. And now I'll begin a chant of Om. And within that chant of Om, you may project yourself into the sound and into the feeling of the Om, into the harmony of voice, into the expanding and connecting of the voice so deeply and so powerfully that the voice will open the doorway into the Source consciousness, and the vibration and the tone will awaken the Source within us. And your question will be answered in the best possible way through experience.
Thank you very much.
We would like to thank you all for this magical co-creation and this beautiful experience. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.